this is a very different story. In fact, I'd say that in many respects, there's a guy in a hood with a bow and arrow, but I think it's unrecognisable from any mainstream version we've seen before, both in terms of the sound of it, the way that the characters speak, the way that stylistically the design of the whole thing. I think this project, when I was first made aware of it, was appealing because I think it's obviously a myth that everyone is familiar with, but one also that's really begging a revision, a sort of a revised version of it, and an exploration of the man rather than a sort of mythic figure or a boy, man, boy. When I read the script, it's just so colloquial, and although it's set in a universe that resembles medieval England, it has a lot of relevance and there are sort of themes which feel very pertinent to today. So I felt like this version of this myth had something to say about our world today, and that was very exciting to me. But equally, I just think it's I think it's a very moving story. I think it's very, very funny. There's the right amount of darkness in it, but it's got everything. I think it's going to be a great big screen movie. The story between Rob and Marion is kind of at the heart of the film, and it's the gorgeous, youthful naivety of their relationship that we see right at the start of the film, and how that's kind of tainted and warped and ultimately destroyed through the circumstances that surround them. That is what really ignites Rob's passion and makes him become this hero. It's been fantastic working with Eve. She's an incredible, very beautiful actress. And I think that also, one of the things I love most about that is that never gets earnest or lovey-dovey. They get angry at each other and they, want to strangle each other, but they also find each other hilarious. And, like people do when they're in love. It's been really great working with Otto, and he has this incredible sense of the balance required for this film. So he is so up for making moments really fun and light-hearted and completely, capitalising on the fact you have Jamie Foxx, one of the wittiest, most charismatic men alive, to get moments of lightness and fun, but also recognises that it has to be a real character journey, and Rob especially has to go through some real darkness and heartache to earn those moments of jollity and lightness. It's been amazing working with him, and he's been so uncompromising in pushing the modern colloquial feel of the film, which was always my big fear, because I didn't ever want to be doing a sort of forsooth my lord type of Robin Hood. One of the most interesting elements of the whole thing is the presence of steel everywhere and metalwork through the film. I think it's, because obviously Robin Hood, the legend, was pre-Industrial Revolution, so that in itself, the foundry element of the film, and all these raging fires and ash everywhere, that all of that is a very clear marker of the fact that we're doing something that's kind of different. This isn't wooden shacks in Sherwood. This is a different version of the story. He wants what feels right, looks cool, and you create your own cinematic language within the film. We don't betray our own version of this world. It has its rules, but they're rules that we've created rather than a history book. I mean, what don't I like about Jamie Foxx? He's amazing to work with. He's such a huge presence and energy on set. He's been incredibly gracious and kind to me, and I love working with him. He's one of those actors who's, he's an actor, but he's an artist really. He's a singer, a writer, a director. He's very alive and in the moment and open to what you do. So things shift when you're kind of sparring with him in a scene, depending on from moment to moment, and that's very, very exciting and makes for great watching. I think people will like this movie because It's incredibly innovative and new and fresh in terms of the style of it. It has a look all of its own. It has fantastic, big, exciting set pieces. I believe that this film treads the balance incredibly well of creating witty, funny, likeable characters with real emotional lives who are involved in mad horse chases, you know, death-defying leaps and crazy fights, all with a twinkle in the eye and some badass costumes. So, I mean, I don't know what more you want, frankly.
Hey guys, did you know the top 5 most expensive movies ever made are Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens at number 5, Avengers Age of Ultron at number 4, Pirates of the Caribbean at the World's End number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides at number 2, and coming in at number 1 is Avatar. Now click here below to subscribe for more great content, and on the side if you want to watch another video.